Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Three Black Pratt Grads. Thanks for checking in with us and our latest conversation. My name is Kenneth Nelson. I'm here with my very good friends, Mark Skinner and Gregory Cleghorn. We're all graduates of the Fine Art Photography program at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, New York. Today, in today's episode, the three of us will be performing an exercise. This exercise is similar to the word associations we had done in episodes 26 and 29, but it's not quite the same. Okay? We all have been given the same incomplete sentence. In order to complete that sentence, each of us has to supply one or up to four images to convey the message of the end of the sentence. The images that complete the sentence can be accompanied by words or just the images themselves. Okay. The sentence that we need to complete, we were all exercised to complete is, I had a dream last night and it.
You're reading my lines, man.
Okay. Let's get to it and see what we come up with. Greg is up first. So, Greg,
I had a dream last night and it sucked. You have to put some flair in it, Nelson. Doggone it. Okay. Um, Nelson always comes, he's the intellectual, if it hasn't occurred to you by now. He's the intellectual in the group, and he comes up with these things. And at first, it's like, Kenny, I'm going to strangle you through Zoom. It's not going to be pretty, and I'll probably get indicted. But after a minute, you let it settle in, it's like, yeah, it's I'm an editorial guy. I'm a photojournalist kind of guy, even though you guys do great photojournalistic work. And uh, I've been having some weird dreams lately. It could have been the second COVID vaccine, or I found a a new mister, that puts out fragrances and stuff, and that could be doing it, but I don't know. So what came to me? Oh, also my first dream for this thing, I was like, oh my goodness, oh no, the previous president won re-election, nightmare number one. But then I shook myself out of it, and it wasn't there. So second nightmare, a lot of stuff on the news, and I'm just pulling myself out of the news because, man, I can't take it anymore. So my first image here, uh, a friend of mine does some daycare in the area, and they had to drop off. She had to drop off one of her kids because mom's out, you know, on the grind, getting that money, working the papers. And it's a Christian school. The girls are allowed to, wear pants. But then while they're gathering the kids up and sending them to class, this one little young man has like one of those constructor sets with the sticks in the circle, and he's made a long rifle out of it. And I'm saying to myself, is this real? Is this real? With all the madness going on today, with two mass shootings in 2 weeks, and make it three. These instructors didn't talk to him, didn't pull him aside, and I'm standing there to myself. But do I need to intervene? Do I need to talk anyway? Well, I mean, there's a whole bunch going on. Okay, go on to the next one. That was my first nightmare's dream. I had a dream last night, and it was. Did you freeze or did I freeze, Mr.
no,
Nelson? You can
no.
go to the next page. Okay. This one. I don't know. This one made national. This guy was driving again in my neighborhood, and actually they drove past me. I was like, "What's going on?" I didn't see the truck, but I did see the 8 squad cars zipping by me and going the other direction. And turns out, just like a mile before that, he was driving on the wrong side of the road, and he would have been coming at me, but God is good, and I missed him, thank God. But he didn't miss this truck, and that was the end of the end of the pursuit. You know, he was in cuffs. And next guy, next picture, and then I was like, huh, have I died and reawakened? Because they say sleep is the little death. I don't know who says that, but I've heard somebody say that. And I'm like, I should be grateful for being alive, still being on this side. And so my dream was kind of doing this. Well, dreams kind of go where they want to go. So go ahead, go on to the next one. And then the next, in a couple more days, going home, I get my salad and I'm ready for dinner. And there's another accident. I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Is this a dreamscape? Am I the somnambulist finally? So, got a shot and Mr. Nelson's encouragement. I kind of put everything in black and white because normally my dreams are in color, but I was feeling kind of black and white. So go on to the next one. And then I was like, death, life, what is it? Life, death, birth, man, woman, life, death, birth, infinity, something, something. Anyway, and and it was my birthday again, so I'm like, okay, maybe
Ben
if I die,
Casey,
would I
isn't
come
it?
back? What's that?
Isn't that the beginning to Ben Casey?
Uh, well, that's that show, but he got it from somewhere. There was something else. Ben Casey. Good Lord, Mark. You did watch a lot of TV.
Oh yeah.
Um, all right, so um, no, I remember some spiritualist or astrologer. Those are the symbols for metaphysics and all of that. Man, woman, birth, life, death, infinity, something like that. I forget how it goes. Could Ben Casey could have done. I don't remember Ben Casey at all. So all right, so there I was in the store, one of my favorite stores, because sometimes they get cool stuff that fell off a truck cheap, and it's my birthday. So go ahead, next picture. And then this morning, I'm like just actually I get some food and I go around the neighborhood and I give food to some of the houseless people. And I'm driving and the light was just so and I looked, it's like, you look and you're like, wait a minute, did I just see what I saw? And then it was like it popped in. It was like another dreamscape. And I'm like, I've been homeless for a minute, so I can identify, but I can't identify. But the idea that he was on the striped bench in a striped blanket with a striped trash can, that really kind of it was like, it's dream could be a prison, life could be a prison, was your escape. So all these things were going on in my head, and that kind of fed into my dream sequence: life, death, man, woman, birth,
Infinity.
child, infinity. Yeah. And I don't like you anymore, Mr. Nelson, but you keep coming up with these these topics, and I will meet your challenge. I will rise. Me and Maya Angelou, God bless her soul. Yeah. So yeah, that's the kind of where I was with the dreamscapes. It's like, oof, why am I seeing all of these accidents? I mean, it was on TV, and then it ended like a couple of blocks away. So I rolled down there, and it was like a carnival. People,
Mhm.
they didn't have T-shirts yet, but I'm sure they were working on them. But the burrito and taco guy was out there slinging tacos. The local biker club, bicyclists club, they were over there, and it was just everybody taking pictures. It had a carnival
Mhm.
attitude. And then I've never seen anybody carry so many balloons that wasn't in a movie. And I enjoyed seeing her. I was like, wait, don't move. And I got a
Mhm.
picture of her. And then to end, well, was that from this morning? Yeah, that was this morning. This shot is from this morning. And I saw that. I was like, ooh, that looks like something like out of Twilight Zone or something. And that was my twisted dream. Dreams can be, different. You know, Deference to Martin Luther King. I'm glad he has those great dreams, but I'm believing I can reach that mountaintop and keep moving because these dreams are creepy. That's all
Right.
I got.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But dreams can be creative if
Yes, they can.
right. And I mean, I had one of these recurring dreams about being chased when I was younger, and I had them for a
Mm.
very long time. And it
Uh-huh.
was only until I think after I graduated college that the dreams stopped, or the nightmares.
Wow. Okay.
I could make the reference that that was the case, but I don't know. But it's just interesting to try and see what your dreams might be and whether your dreams have sort of fostered the creativity within you.
Hmm.
Well, that first
I
one
agree.
with the little boy in front of the church. The fact that there are, and I'm gonna probably continue the theme of television here for a while. It's got Twin Peaks in the frame.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even
So,
see that.
yeah,
Okay.
so there are, some things that go on about what you were talking about that are, in that same sort of David Lynch vein, that kind of small
I
town,
pie I.
not quite a small town, but yeah, So you were kind of alluding to that sort of aesthetic.
And the windows say I pie I. What does it mean? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have an IQ of 314.
I don't know. I have my book. I keep saying I'm going to read another chapter, the Freud's interpretation of dreams, but what a strange fellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those car accident images, have you submitted those? Well, did you submit those to any news services when you took them?
I did not. I did not.
I'm surprised because they're very clear.
Well,
Very,
what
they're
does
very.
that mean? They're very clear. That's
Well,
like, is that like,
well, I
oh, you
mean,
speak so well?
no, I mean, it's very clear. Not well. I mean, there's a lot of noise in the image, but I'm saying, you actually captured the fact that these cars are ruined, and
Yeah.
there aren't any cars There's nothing obstructing your view of the accident in either.
Oh,
And it's very noteworthy because in most cases, people either photograph these things so close you can't tell what part of the car it was, or they're obstructed by officers or
people infected
cars or something. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, I still got that journalist bone in me, and I kind of, I'll walk into a situation and get the shot, and if they say, "Hey, get out of there, you can't be there," okay, I got my shot. I'm like, "Oh, sorry, officer, didn't know," but I knew. So yeah, I like to get in there and push the boundary just to get the shot, and there. I just felt really weird about that kid with the fake gun in a school environment. That kind of knocked my socks for a loop,
Mm.
Oof.
Well, it's funny, the
Groundhog
school
Day. It's
environment,
like
because to me
Groundhog
that,
Day that
that
wouldn't
reads,
end.
it reads to me it reads as a church. I didn't, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily see the
It,
school.
it was a Christian school.
Right. See, I understand that from what you're telling me, but it
Okay.
reads chapel. Small.
Yeah.
It reads small town chapel to me. That's what I see.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. The picture that I wanted to submit of our previous president, doing the dance. He was actually doing the dance that was from not coming to America. This is America, my Childish Gambino, and I was like, wait a minute, he's doing that was a really really ugly moment, and an incredible video and social commentary about America, and that last our previous president. Well,
I want.
we're not even going to go there anymore.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Hey, it's a group.
Okay. Okay, Mark,
Yeah,
let's give it a
and
little.
it is like a kind of like Groundhog Day, where just these things keep happening, and it really has to change, really has to stop. So, thanks for bringing that up, Mr. Nelson.
You're welcome. Okay, Mark, you're up next.
All right. Well, your topic was really amazing in that it made me think. Greg said it also. Now, I don't see I don't see the image,
Right.
right?
Right.
So,
What image?
Begin the sentence, please.
oh yes.
Ah, yeah. He's orchestrating. That's called
Oh, all
he's
right.
executive producer
So
now.
I don't I have to read it. Oh gosh, I have to find it to read it. I had a dream last night and
Dun dun dun.
well, see, I got to do it again for you
Ooh.
because
Oh.
honestly, I have to give you like a really, and here's my photo joke. I have to give you a really shady answer.
Uh-huh.
My shady answer is going to be, I had a dream last night and it
Dun
made
dun
me
dun.
made me see the light. So there you go. That's my shady
Oh
photo
boy.
And then there's, as you see, that's a cathedral there. It's a huge, massive church. That's the church where I actually got married at.
Is that Riverside
Oh, that's Riverside Chapel,
Mhm.
and there you go. That's my.
Chapel? Cathedral.
Yeah, actually, there's three. There's a sanctuary and there's the nave and there's a couple of chapels there. Anyway, it's funny because that particular uh phrase that you uh came up with, we were talking about that before. That it's very match game esque, and for the longest I couldn't think of anything
Mhm.
because most of my dreams, quite honestly, at this point in my life, are,
Mhm.
are daydreams,
Mhm.
or maybe even
Ah,
but I don't really dream and really remember the dreams from the night before so much anymore. So I couldn't in good faith really, yeah, I got no in good faith tell you that, and it, what, usually it's like something like, I had a dream last night and it was real,
Mhm.
or being true
Right.
or something like that. So I
Yeah.
don't have a, I
Well,
don't have one of those for you that is authentic in that way. The best I can say is made me see the light as a photographer at this point. And I guess if you want a semi-real answer, is that we weren't really steeped in a lot of landscape in school, and so for many years, that's probably like the only sort of super authentic genre that I never really kind of. It was sort of like, oh, while I'm here, I'll take a landscape photo. But here of late,
yeah.
because I take a lot of photographs of people in environments, and we talked about that last time about being in people in environments. When we went to see the cherry blossoms up at I think it's Sakura Park near Riverside yesterday, I made a point.
Oh, the cherry blossoms are out.
Yes, yes, they are.
mhm.
Ah, I missed
But
that about New York. I do. Cherry
so
blossom festivals and stuff.
yeah, so I made a point to kind of get some images of strong verticals that I could then correct, and that was really it. So
Okay.
So when you had a dream, you thought about a church?
no, what I was saying is that I don't really have the dreams and remember them. I don't really,
Oh,
that's not that's as soon as I wake up in the morning, it's try to get my kid to school and things like that. It's not. I don't really have time to ponder. What I've thought about during the night. So
oh,
these
I'm
days,
getting a face cramp.
yeah.
Did
So
you ever have a face cramp?
yeah. So these days, my dreams are usually daydreams, and I've been thinking a lot about landscapes, but that's about it. Yeah. Sorry, that's all I got.
Daydreaming and I'm
Oh,
thinking of you. Daydreaming.
what I thought is interesting is that you both took me quite literally,
Oh boy, here we go.
right? Now, right? You took me literally, word for, or you took the sentence literally, as in you had to actually have a dream in order to come up with an answer to the end of the sentence, and that really wasn't sort of what it was about. But you did complete the task, and it's a valid answer for both of you because it has to be. It's a valid completion of the sentence based on what you understood the exercise to be.
How we
I think you
interpreted
guys
that.
have known me long enough to understand that anything I sort of give you is never not necessarily a literal, but it can be figurative as well.
That's true.
Right? So
We're still trying to keep up with you, Nelson. You have that dizzying genius. It's frightening.
yeah, okay. So Mark, anything else to add?
Oh no,
Okay.
no, no. That's all I've got.
Okay. All right. So I have two, and I'll leave the other one for last, and I have two. So I'll give you the first one. Um, and these are I'm just going to give you the image, and there's no words next to it, so you'll just see. I had a dream last night, and it
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Is that the Pratt Steps ARC building?
No, that's the stadium. That's the Berkeley Red Hook Stadium before they tore it down.
Oh,
I used to run those stairs before it was cool. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. So you went straight literal again. I was just enjoying the textures and the colors in the black and white. That I like that a lot. I don't know why. Mm. So when you say dream, what did you have it? Oh, go ahead. You finish your.
Right.
I'll save that question for after.
Okay, so
Go
I'll
ahead.
I'll I'll just give you a little
Sorry,
bit. I'll give you a little bit more of a overview.
No, you
Um,
don't have to.
no,
I
no, no.
mean,
But
it stands
I'll
by
say
itself.
right,
it's like that's okay. We're just happy
right.
looking
The
at the image.
reference, your reference to Red Hook is there, but this is not Red Hook,
Okay, cool. That's
right?
fine.
But the reference is there, and the homage to Red Hook is definitely what I was going for. This
Okay.
is actually in the Bronx, Kingsbridge,
The
and
Bronx.
yeah,
Yeah, because
and
of Brooklyn, no self-respecting stadium in Brooklyn would stain like that. See, when it was
actually,
stained, it would be.
if 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 the stadium version in Brooklyn were still up, it would probably be this way. I would assume. But
Well,
the just the see, and I think what was interesting is that someone who is of our age and who is of a time when they would go to that particular place in Brooklyn would remember this place and these stairs. And I think it's kind of interesting to sort of have a dream or a memory of that place that can be something of a dream because we are going back, we're referencing that time and time again, either with the assistance of an image or not. But we still have a warm thought about that spot and this place and this utilitarian thing that was a monster within a sort of a soft ball field. So I thought it was interesting. So
so wait, so you're
Complete the
saying
sentence, please. How did it?
I had a
th-
dream last night and it.
there, the image is it. There is no word association.
Okay, because what I heard you say is that a dream is the same as a memory.
Well, I know that's not exactly what I meant to say. If that's what you
Okay,
understood.
no,
Um,
that's kind of what I heard. It could
right.
be,
Well,
wrong, but
it can be because well, what we do is okay. What I was saying
not to
is
say dreams aren't
the
memories. But go ahead.
association that you and I have with this particular place is
Uh,
decades old, decades.
yes.
So you either see it in your mind's eye without the assistance of a photograph or an image, or you actually see the images and it takes you back to that time.
Okay.
Okay, without this image, you would still have the reference of the place and and the steps. It took the image of this image to remind you of the steps, but you knew the steps without this image.
Okay. But you're showing me
But
image triggered
you
the
you
memory.
what you're saying, Ken, is that Greg knew the steps that you were reminded of when you took this photo.
Yes, right, right. What happened was they existed before I got there. When I got there, I saw them. They reminded me of a place prior. I took the photographs of it in memory of the place prior, even though it is not the same exact thing, but it has the same exact emotion for me because it refers to a place that no longer existed, that was somewhere else.
Okay, but did you dream of it? Or you're saying the memory triggered a dream? Or I'll just
You
ask
guys
one
are
question
really
at a
taking
time.
me literally on this, and it's not supposed
Okay.
to take me literally.
Well, I think that the difference
It's
is
an
that
abstract, Greg. It's not literal.
it's an
And
Okay,
I only
okay, okay,
explained
okay. I
it
give up.
because I wanted to
Uncle.
give you more overview.
Okay. Uncle.
well. I mean,
Uncle Nelson.
I could give you more two penny wordplay and say, and it stared at me, or what else,
It
or what else?
stonewalled me.
Yeah, or I don't know. See, I think the problem with this particular abstract image for me
Mhm.
as a consumer of visual media is that there's so much anticipation built into your initial prompt that I expect a payoff that, if not immediate, is satisfactory once I am alerted to what the true meaning is.
So what happens is you had expectations, and your expectations weren't met.
Well, what's happened is by providing me with a prompt that
Right.
is there for a reason, right?
Uh-huh.
You have a prompt. There are expectations that can be pleasantly surprised, or even you can even be shocked, or you can be angered by the surprise. But there should be some continuity to me as a consumer that is, if not easily accessible, accessible once explained uh, to me. I mean, I think the idea that we are visual communicators, I'm looking for more of a verb if it's visual. That's a personal bias. But if it is a noun, I don't get how. And they're moldy stairs because I don't have that same frame of reference that you
Right.
have,
You don't.
right?
Right.
So I'm going to look at now. Here's the question then: is the audience for that particular prompt image combination exclusive
No.
to,
No.
okay,
No.
so
That's
Exclusive to what? Let me
I was going to
finish the
say
sentence. I mean, what
exclusive.
was?
Is it exclusive to Red Hook residents, Brooklyn residents, people who were in parks during the 70s, 80s, 90s?
no.
What is the scope of your viewer or your audience who you're trying to address or you're
It
attempting?
is it to someone who is not familiar with the place, it's an abstract. To someone
Right,
who is, it's reality.
Well, they built like that all over the city.
Yes,
I
they
could
did.
find you
Yes.
dozens of
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
or
Station Point,
examples.
Kingsbridge has it. Yeah, just like that. Hmm.
okay. I mean, I get that. So, what is the implication of that particular image?
Whatever
I
you
had a
make
dream
of it as a
last
viewer.
night, and it was concrete.
Whatever you make
Okay,
of it as a
yeah,
viewer.
exactly. You like the concrete stared at me. There are a lot of things that can go on. It was
That's fine because it could be either satisfying you for you or not. The
right.
idea is that if we preface it with I had a dream last night and you see this image, you're going to think within your own self whether you were
Yeah.
satisfied or not.
Mm.
Okay.
You're not going to
Well,
think about what the photographer wanted to convey. You're going to think about what you're feeling.
right.
And
So
if you're not satisfied, then so be it.
so basically, you're of the school of the idea that when you present a question, you as an artist are only posing the question and not obligated to provide any answer that satisfies
With
anyone
any other
other
thought on it.
than what you feel that answer should be for that question that you have posed.
Right. Well,
Not a
in this
specific
particular
answer.
in this particular instance, it's the first person. So the first person is I. All right.
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 So
That's I was going to say that. It's not that he's looking for a specific answer, but once he poses that question, it delves into us.
yeah,
Because
it,
I
it's
took
it's
the,
you.
and I saw
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're right because you're trying to say okay, he's speaking in first person of him, but it's actually no, it's first person you.
Hmm.
Right. So
Yeah.
Yes.
for me, my answer may be a half broken Pop Tart. And if you aren't familiar with Pop Tarts, that's your problem.
Yes.
And if you are familiar with Pop Tarts, you may say it's a different flavor Pop Tart, so it's of no interest to me.
Yes.
Or you may say, oh, wait a minute, I know exactly what flavor that is. And the memory that's imbued in the dream of the Pop Tart
Yep.
is part of that.
Yep. Abstract, man. As
Yeah.
abstract as you can get.
All right.
See, I had two different reactions to it. I mean, I liked the tonalities that you captured. I cannot tell you how many times I've torn up my knees and my shins on that bare concrete because they had no, rubberized surface on the stairs or anything like that. But it was a place of, I would say, joy and pain, for lack of a better hackneyed term. Pardon the overused analogy, but
You slipped
I
into
used to
rap with
work.
that, but okay. Go ahead.
What? What? Huh? What?
That's Rob Bass, Joy and Pain. Okay, go ahead. Never mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Um, and because I used to go there and work out, and that was kind of a good time. But I also would go there to read and to think and decompress, and handle breaking up with girls, friends, and meeting girls. So it was that place has a lot of energy for me, both positive and negative, and I just like the way you captured it. The stairs are going at an angle, the different textures, the different lighting, and I like it. So that image means a lot to the I in me.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Cool. Glad it does. Perfect.
There is no I in team, but there is a me. Never forget that.
Okay. So, with that, just to keep it moving, I want to give you the last one. There's the second one that I have, and
Okay.
um, well, I'm not going to preface it in any way. I'm just going to
Hit
show
us
it to
with
you.
it, Nelson.
Okay. Ready?
Read that preface.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I had a dream last night, and it.
I'm afraid. I'm very afraid. You did not take a picture of the back of your sensor.
No. Okay.
Okay.
So, I had it. Let me try. Let me do it again. I had a dream, and it. Okay.
It's a desperate time for the rebellion. Dun, 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 dun,
Okay.
dun,
See, now
dun,
if
dun,
you think
dun,
that was
dun.
something, I'll say it again. I'll just send it to you again.
Who thought that 30 years later Yoda would be a plush toy?
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
I think the one you're thinking of is Grogu. Babe, they call him Baby Yoda. Grogu, the
I
baby from the
really don't
Mandalorian.
care.
He's only
I,
50.
I really don't.
He's from
I
the
really don't care.
Mandalorian. He's only 50.
So somebody was I saw something Star Trek versus Star Wars, and I just want to say for the record, I love Star Wars, good stuff. That go George, but it was based on a kung fu movie. Okay. Second thing, I mean, Star Trek was I won't say pure science fiction, but it had more to do with human interaction than just pew 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 pew. I will hit you with my lightsaber. Pew pew. I am a bounty hunter. I'm going to throw you into. It was okay, but mm, I don't know. I like this. The Star Trek episodes kind of told stories. Between blowing stuff up. Even the Doomsday Machine, classic, right?
Oh,
And
good
this thing
gracious.
is
Yeah, you knew
going
exactly
through.
which one I was thinking of. You
Yeah,
got
they
Commodore
go
Dick.
through
Yeah.
Commodore Decker, yeah, right. But even in that great death and destruction, it was about his mental state of mind and how he was bent on revenge. And the morality play of it is like, yeah, you're heading for doomsday, buddy. It
Well,
wasn't just I'm gonna jump in my super fast ship and I'm gonna run away with the princess.
well,
That's
well,
okay, but
to stay with your Star Trek analogy, I think we've got a Dr. Daystrom thing going on here where M5 would be the video, and he's just misunderstood, is what you're saying.
hmm yeah,
Yeah.
yes, you are great. I am great.
Is that
Go
where
ahead.
you're
I'm
going?
sorry, Ken.
But
Go ahead.
I think here's the thing. Here's the thing, Ken. I have been I've seen the light. Now that you've explained the first one, I kind of get where you're going with the video, with the
Wait,
slideshow.
wait. Was that black screen your second shot? Was that you were trying to make a point with the black screen?
No, that was a
Oh,
fade out.
But
oh.
here's the question I have for you: what made you decide to create a collection of images to put into a slideshow to express that energy that you were looking
Because
for?
because dreams happen to me. Dreams happen like that. They're
Okay,
not fluid. They're
got it.
stat. They're staccato, or they jump and
Episodic.
move. Yeah, they
Got
move, and sometimes they don't make sense. And sometimes you have three scenes or four scenes, and you're thinking, okay, that it has no rhyme or reason. It's just there. And then within these, in this particular series, a there's a similarity in all four of them. There were
right.
four images, and they all have something similar or in common.
Okay, can we see them
So
again?
Yeah,
Because I get a sense of abstracts in street photography. It's very
yeah,
traditional. It's
yeah.
very much about, kind of I'm not trying to insult you, but it's very much about the kind of imagery that was created 100 years ago when people would just sort of walk the streets of Manhattan, and the streets of Manhattan were empty. And I don't know if they're all Manhattan, but that's kind of the same sensibility. And
Hmm.
they would find articles to photograph, and they would see sort of the hint of people. You know,
Yes, yeah.
yeah, I got it. All right,
So
I'm with
that
you.
one. Then there's the
that's
second
funny. I
one.
got a shot like that where it's like the shoes are in the street by a drive-through. So
Mhm.
go ahead. Sorry, I
That's
take
the
it back.
second one.
I like that shot.
Here's the third. Oops. And let's go back. So that's the third. And then there's the
Sun
final.
Beach.
I like the photo
Oh,
actually has a lamp in it. So to me, that's just you know, that's just very nice and very precious.
okay. So why are you going all M Night Shyamalan on us? Shyamalan. Why are you going with the one red color in each image?
Well, for me, red has always been my favorite color.
Okay.
That's the only reason I put them there. Red's my favorite
So
color.
did you say, okay, I'm gonna go out and shoot red things today?
No, they just happen
Or
to
just
be there, and yeah,
okay.
they just happen to be there. Um, and these are all separately. They're individualized on their own, and the only connection that they have is that I took them. Right. So
Oh,
the intent when I took this photograph was not to be a part of this
Don't have
four
a
shot.
sense of continuum. They also match the continuum of of art history and photo history. I mean, this one reminds me a lot of Elliot Earwitt's photo of the
The
lady with the
dog,
dog.
the
Yeah,
lady, yeah, the dog and the lady. Uh huh.
it has,
Yeah.
it has a very similar feel, the quality of light, the a lot of the composition here is very similar. The vertical lines are sensibility is the same.
Hmm. And then
yeah,
there's
but look
this,
at the
which is
red, that red in the background, that where the reflection of the light
Mhm.
bleeds into the shoe. There's something very alive about
Oh
this, you
yeah,
know?
oh yeah. It's very good choices that you've made with the wet pavement. I mean, if it wasn't post rain, it wouldn't work.
good
And
point.
if you say again that you don't know how to speak the art talk and the art speak, I will disown you. That is so not true because you whooped some art speak on me this morning, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is. Yeah, you did it. My head's still
And
spinning.
that's that.
Art
And
speak.
then, no, that's totally different. And then there's them. So they all carry the color red in them, and that was really the link in all of them. And of course, there. So taken through at different times, but for me, in an arc of just connecting a dream state, these came to mind as I was going through them today, and it was tough because I've taken a lot of photographs of a lot of red things.
There's also a lot of similar space. There's kind of in a weird way, with
Yeah.
except there's a similar space. Is sort of a 12 foot you know space that's going on. And I could leak a little technical tidbit here. You don't have any barrel distortion that so many people would be prone
Barrel
to
distortion.
trying
Oh my
to
gosh.
trying to do similar photographs.
Yeah, thank you for the technical aspects of
Be-
anti uh, reticular. What is the term?
Reticulation?
Reticulate is reticulation
So
or
you
convert or
hypengeophobia or diverticulitis. Is it diverticulitis?
yeah.
No, wrong one.
Uh,
No, but I mean, go ahead. I got
no, no, no.
something to
You go
say
ahead. Go ahead,
because,
Greg. I get it.
but look at it. I mean, the red, just like in Mr. M. Night Shyamalan. I can never say that. Somebody say his name for me, please. The director,
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. Thank you, M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah. Um, the red. You didn't notice it till the end that red meant something. And I mean, look at this, like an emergency box. I know, folks outside of New York may not know what those are, but that's like an emergency call firebox, where you call services, emergency services, a street,
It's like a TARDIS
those
just for your
grates in
hand.
your first. Uh,
Yeah, another. It's like a TARDIS just for one hand. It's a Doctor Who reference. I thought we were going with the
Okay, I'm
TV
sorry. Yeah, you lost me there, Mark.
yeah, I could never really get into Doctor Who. I don't know, something about Doctor Who. It just never, because
I
I
hear
was always saying it was Doctor Who, but I was always saying, what? What?
no.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Walk
but
Okay,
on,
yeah,
walk
Chance.
like the
on first.
Let's
shoes.
keep it moving so we
The
can end this thing.
shoes, okay, the shoes by the subway grate. And I know it doesn't happen often, but every now and then people do fall through those things. And if they survive, they get a nice, city fat paycheck. But there's like an ominous in this, you could have shot it in black and white like you normally do. But the way you've got all the colors muted, that you shot in the rain has its own connotations to it.
Right.
And then you add the red to it, it's like, ooh, what's going on here? And then even the last shot, it's almost like it's probably a self portrait if I'm not mistaken, but it looks like a first responder. There's a resolution to this little story that you've told. Ooh, look, red! I got red. Um, yeah, there's a resolution to it. You look like the superhero, with the red shoes, and I'm ready to battle evil and help out and save the woman from the train or answer the firebox or the store with SB on it. And I'm not even going to try to read into that. You could come with all kinds of
No, you don't
acronyms
have
from
to because
SB.
you just sort of spoke to it for yourself just now.
I did.
Because the associations that you have with each of those images was your association.
That's right. Yeah, and my brain,
Uh-huh.
even
Yep.
after you tried to destroy it with your interesting topic, wove a little story that made it make sense to me. And
Uh,
I love your work, so I'm really enjoying that Shama, that guy,
I
that M
think
Night
part
thing.
of the. Oh, sorry, good.
I
Sorry.
used my sixth sense. That's what it was. See,
okay.
I was going to say part of the illusion of the photograph of the two legs is that it's very similar to the photograph you had taken of yourself with the shadow before. The shadow,
True.
and
Yeah.
and and I know you, and I've known you for a long time, and we've worked together and went to school together. So I know you recognize that form is very similar to, at least I know what you look like now, but at least what you used to look like when you were young. So I think it resonated for you seeing the shadow and the peg leg pants with those shoes were not quite your style, but similar to
are you
your
making a
style
chunky dad joke?
when you no. I'm just saying I don't know.
Okay, so we put
I
on
mean,
a few pounds. He likes
no, no,
big
I don't.
man,
I don't know. You could be
and he
that.
cannot
I don't
lie.
know. I just see him from here up, and that's it. But what I'm saying is that it's very similar to the one you used to wear the what do you call it the bicycling shoes all the time.
Okay.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So I think that holds some memory
Bicycling shoes.
for you. And so when you saw that, it was instant recognition on a subliminal level. And then when you saw that shadow, you went, that was what I was doing. This is great. I can get someone else that looks like me. And you know, I don't know if you put all that
Did
on,
somebody else shot that, right?
but I
You didn't
think
have a GoPro stick, did you?
but I
No.
think that no. I
No.
I think we're drawn to similar subjects a lot, when we take pictures. And I think that was a subject you went, oh, that's similar to my self portrait. I'm gonna get a really good shot of this.
Did
Okay. Yeah.
somebody take that picture of you?
Which one?
The last one with the shoes.
That's not
Your
me.
shoes.
That's not
Oh,
him.
get out of here.
That's
Really?
not
Oh,
me.
okay. All right. So that
That's
makes it,
someone
that
else.
adds in a dimension.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Adds a
is
dimension.
yeah, that is someone else who's just happens to be there. And the photograph that Mark is referring to, where I'm taking that elongated shot in black and white, is was a later photograph than the red shoes. The red shoes were
Mm,
photographed maybe 4 years ago,
okay.
Mm.
right? Where that elongated thing of myself was taken maybe in 2019.
Oh, okay. So I got the
Mm-mm.
order incorrect.
Yeah, they're a different time, a different thing. And the one with red shoes is not me; it's someone else. So
It's a very cool shot, very cool series.
Indeed.
Thank you for. I hated this when you said it, but I get it. I get it.
Not only did the dream make me see the light, but you too, Kenneth,
well,
also made me see the light.
yeah, yeah. Well, the idea about this is just to free the mind. Uh,
And the
uh,
bottom will follow.
right. Okay, if that's what you want to say,
I
but
think
no,
that's how it goes.
right? It's just
Mind. It's how you free the mind and the mind.
yeah, it's just free association. It's not
Free-
being restricted to a certain narrative or a certain set of circumstances or technical details. Free your mind, keep an open
Exactly.
mind,
But you
and
guys,
you know,
It's
and
free your
you
mind.
guys
go
make
to
me crazy
places.
because you're like not about the technical detail, but you guys are the technical detail guys. So this is an
Yeah,
interesting exercise. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I am
Go
a
ahead.
technical guy, but not as technical as Ansel Adams was or anybody else like that.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't
So
go to school
but
with Ansel.
yeah, but I didn't write 3 books on the negative, the photograph, and whatever.
Yeah, and
The
I
But
prints.
didn't care for his color work. I like your color
you
work.
know,
It's
but
the camera. Was it
the
the
camera, the
camera, the
negative,
negative, and the print?
and the print, right? So yeah, not me. I won't go that far. But you know, as we've gone through these exercises in some ways in these 38 episodes for the three Black Pride grads, you've noticed some
Photo talk.
sensibilities about me and how I approach imagery, and it's never technical. It's usually emotional, or it's usually emotional, and it's usually abstract to some degree, and never literal, not
Never
to any great degree.
technical.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch
All right.
out for the lightning bolts.
Okay. Hey, Mark, do you have anything before we close?
Nah.
Okay, Greg,
Seeing as we're
what do you got
talking
to say?
about dreams and ghosts, this isn't my joke, so I'm not trying to copyright infringe. Why did the ghosts all leave? Why did all the ghosts leave Dracula's party?
But wait,
Because he was
why,
running out of booze.
oh,
Okay, Greg.
is that why you have your
Okay,
is that why you have your mist there? It's a ugh.
booze.
Okay, for the people out there, if we've intrigued you in any great degree, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the contents of tonight's episode. If you have any questions about any of the images you saw, or the relationship between the sentence and the ending of the sentence with the images, and whether we conveyed what we wanted to convey within the images based on what the sentence was. All right. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Three Black Pride Grads. Until then, I'm Kenneth
Photo
Nelson,
talk.
Mark Skinner, Gregory Claycorn. Cheers.